Hey, what's going on, guys? What's going on, Butt Charity? New Dios Noodle. Hopefully, you're doing all right. It's been a few days since I last streamed. Um, Several, in fact, if you count up the days. But I'm here. I'm gonna be doing a stream. What's going on, Mazaka? It's been a decade. Maybe not quite a decade, but it's been a little while. Uh, so, I went up to Lake Placid for work, and took some pictures while I was up there. uh, Beautiful this time of year. A little hot. A little, let's say, humid. A little, let's say, there are, I think they call them black flies. I'm not sure, but the flies that try and eat you alive. Yeah, those guys. So that was a little not fun. But I only got bit once. What's going on, Techno? How you doing? Um, let's see. Let me pull up a little bit of music here for the background. A classic. Anyway, like I said, I want to show some of the pictures I took. And then I don't know if the list of games that's available for the Steam Next Fest is available, but if it is, we will peruse that. And then after that, I have a game called Cat Pipes on the Switch that I was given a key for. So I will check that out. But first, let's take a look at the Googler here. Hang on, where is it? There it is. I don't live in Staten Island at all. I've never lived in Staten Island, so no to all, Wazaka. So this is the Lake Placid area. Lake Placid is actually this chunk of this body of water. I guess this is 3 lakes: Lake Placid, East Lake, and West Lake. Weirdly enough, but I was at where I was just looking at it. Where to go? Right here. No. Right here. The Olympic Center. Where the 1932 Olympics. If you know the movie Miracle about United States in the kind of underdog defeat of the Russians at the height of the Cold War in the Olympics, in Olympic hockey, this is where that happened. We literally, the show floor where I was is the arena that they played in, I believe. So very interesting. Right here is the Herb Brooks Arena, which is where it is, and then right next door in this area here is the I think they call it the USA rink, something like that, which is where I did some curling. I have a few pictures of that as well. Well, yeah, less neat, but. So right out front, this was not under construction while I was there, but this is the Olympic the speed skating oval. You can see it says right here. And then there's literally a high school, like feet from the center. I stayed at this hotel. And what you cannot see from up above, let me see if I could show you. So this is the conference center right here, right? This is the front. This is the hill to get to, to get to the hotel. It sucked a big one. And then you get here, you're almost at the top, and this is so fucking steep. It's so steep right here to get to this hotel. It was crazy. I cannot tell you how steep this hill was. And of course it goes back to where I am and not where we were. There we go. So this road right here, and then this path right here is where right into here is where I took to get. No, right into here is where I took to get to my hotel room. Very steep. Am I becoming an athlete? No. I will say, even though they fed us very well, and we had unlimited drinks, beer, mixed drinks, soda, water, and we had a Oktoberfest type meal where they had, what do you call it? Bratwurst and ribs and cabbage and all this stuff. As much as you want, I still managed to lose 3 pounds because I was walking up that fucking hill every day. So, let me get some pictures going here. So before we get going with pictures, here is a chart, what's going on where, of the battery voltage in my car. So, you live in the mountains, what do I mean? Yeah, you know. This is the voltage graph of my car on Saturday, I believe. It's not supposed to be this low. Right before I left, I was having issues. This is no, this whole thing is going to be a tangent. You'll have to forgive me for going off topic, but my car was misbehaving. I was not getting the proper voltage out of it, and when I tried to turn it on, it was like turning over a little bit before it started, and I was not getting the correct voltage. I was getting down to like 11.5 volts almost, and every once in a while it would pop up to about 13.5 and come down. I thought my alternator died again, so I was very upset. I'm about to go on this trip for work. I got to be able to drive an hour to where I need to get the ride to go to work, and I was like, oh fuck, I'm not gonna be able to do this. My car's gonna stall like last time. It stalled on me on the way to work. And Saturday, I was looking under the hood, and I removed the positive terminal, and I removed where the negative terminal attaches to the chassis. I cleaned them both, and I attached the negative terminal back on, and it was fine. And then I went to go attach the positive terminal, and I couldn't get it to stay on. If you don't know, when you go to reattach it, there's a little lead slug on your battery, and there's a ring on the wire that you tighten a bolt. And I tightened it up, and it just like kept sliding off. It would slide around and do all the shit. And I eventually was able to loosen it, knock it with the ratchet, and retighten it down. It stayed, and it was nice and tight, and I was getting the correct voltage out of it. So that was nice to be able to have that experience. Here is a bird eating a little worm at, I think it was like 5 a.m. or something. Like I got to my coworker's place at 5 a.m. This is almost 6 a.m. Excuse me. Here's my tweet, my Snapchat about it. Your terminal's loose, no current. Yeah. This was like inches from the car. Like this is the mirror of the car I was in. So, it came over. Also, there was bunnies everywhere. There's a crazy amount of rabbits, but next in the pictures, let's see. This is the view from the hotel room, but it's rotated. I don't know, can I rotate it? No, I have a better view. This is the view from the hotel. And then we did some curling. Let me save this video. I didn't watch this video beforehand, so my coworkers might be in it, but yeah, the USA ring, that's what it's called. So those are my coworkers there. I will say I ate shit like 5 or 6 times. There's a reason why, I think. Another tangent here. I'll open up another picture while we're talking here. So in April, actually on my birthday in April, this is why I know the exact date, I went and got new shoes. I got New Balance. I wear size 8.5, 6E, which if you don't know the shoe size rating, that's 6 wide. Very hard to find those shoes. Most places will maybe stock up to 4 wide. But I actually need wider than 6 wide, but they didn't have wider than 6 wide, so 8.5, 6 wide, right? And so I got the shoes, wear them for just about a month. It was the end of May 30th, May 29th. And the sole's coming off the bottom of my shoe. And so I'm walking and I'm hearing every time I walk because the sole's coming off. So I call them. They're like, oh, yeah, you can come over and we'll exchange them for you. No problem. And I'm like, well, it's, you know, it's a 2-hour drive to get to you. And I'm going on a work trip. And they're like, well, you can mail them to us. Would mean I don't have shoes to take to the trip unless I wore boots, which I'm not walking up that fucking hill in boots. Or I can go to one of the New Balance stores near me. And so, oh, yeah. So you have your regular size. You have wide. You have double wide. Or I don't know if it's double, but 2 wide, 3 wide, 4 wide, 5 wide, 6 wide, and it keeps going beyond there if you can find it. So I call the 2 places on Long Island, and they're both like, oh, dude, we can't even see them in the system that they goes up to 6 wide. We don't have them. So I went to the one that's closer to me. It was like, all right, you sure you do have anything in 6 wide? Not the model I have. And the guy had 1 shoe in 6 wide, and it was $150 or something. And I was like, I'm not paying $70 more on top of the shoe that already got ruined for me. So I bought a 9.5, which is a whole size wider, 8.5 to 9.5, 4 wide. So I have clown shoes where they're extra long in the front, but they're wide enough for my foot, which I'm not unfamiliar with. That's kind of what I've grown up wearing until I found a place that would supply me with 6E. But the important part is they're brand new shoes. So they aren't roughed up and they're not broken in yet. And I think that's part of the reason why I kept falling on the ice. The other part is anytime I've ever been on the ice in my life has been in ice skates. So I'm not used to walking on the ice. I'm used to skating on ice. 'Cause I used to play roller hockey, and then, you know, I did a little bit of ice skating, but so that was a little not fun to be the only one eating shit all day, but, you know, that's all right. I actually was expecting to be all bruised up and was not bruised up at all. I was fine. I guess I got extra padding. I don't know. So here's me and a coworker on the ice doing some curling. I got some other videos and all that, but I'm not going to pull them up. Interestingly enough, you can see the curling stones were a little warm, and they started melting the ice into these circular patterns. So you can see, like, these guys made the little melty holes. So we won our first game, and then we lost our second game. It was double elimination. So when we lost our third game, we were eliminated from the bracket, unfortunately. But it was a fun experience. The brooms, I expected them to, like, have more friction or to melt the ice a little bit more, and they didn't. They just kind of, if you've ever taken, say, some wax paper and rubbed it on, like, a piece of wood and had it just gloss a tiny bit, that's, like, almost exactly what it did to the ice. But it did significantly help the curling stones move, fairly significantly. You can get almost another, like, 20% distance out of them if you did it right. So it was very interesting. If you've never played curling before, I don't have a good image here. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. You can almost see there's a circle right here, actually. It's basically if you've ever played shuffleboard, where you're trying to get the shuffle into, like, the different circles, and there's a scoring based on that. It's almost exactly the same. Is hockey ice different than curling ice? I've never been on hockey ice without ice skates, so, or like ice skating ice without ice skates. So I actually don't know. I will say you could stand and walk on this ice. It was not slippery per se. It's just when you break that friction, mainly when you turn, like, if you don't keep your feet square and, like, let them slide a little bit, once you break that slide, you're just all over the place. The other thing I did more than once was I stepped on this and you just fall over. If you step on it, this has no grip at all, so it didn't help. But So we did curling. I'm gonna move on from curling here. Like I said, curling was like in this area, and then all the events and stuff were in this one of these areas here. I don't remember exactly what where it was. I think this was where the show floor was in here. So I do have actual pictures though. So here are all my pictures. Let me start off with some of these. All right, so here's a panorama I made. This is a view from the hotel lawn that I was staying at. So it was from right here. They have some lawn chairs right here, not pictured in the map, that overlooked this lake here. So you can see the Lake Placid Club Boathouse residences right here. You can see there is a church right here. That is this house here and the church here. So very beautiful area. You can see the mountain peaks in the background. There were people out there kayaking, swimming. I got some pictures of those. Nice little small town, a little touristy, but not too bad. It was just beautiful there. Let's see, I'll move on from there. So that is that boathouse. Again, this is taken from those seats on the lawn. Some of these are just BS, some of them aren't. I was taking some photos with my music's gonna end here. There we go. I was taking some photos with the super wide angle, the 180 degree wide angle, and the work camera I have has stabilization. It's very weird. So like I would focus, and you can see how like this isn't framed squarely because it would move when I was moving the camera. It was very, very weird. It's a fairly long lake. You know, my point of view is from here to basically here, right across the lake. So it's not terribly far, but I have some pictures from right here on this rock shooting this way, all the way across the lake. So I'll show you those later when I get to them. So it was interesting to see this, and you know, this is framed a little bit better because I was trying to like actually line it up. You can see the shadow of me and the chairs that I'm sitting in here. There was a fly that landed on my lens. That was one of the flies that was eating me. Just some more of that. There's the lake house again that we were looking at across the lake. This was a sprinkler that was next to me. Here are some of the stores. I guess this is a locker room for you to change. Right behind here is kind of like a small, I wouldn't say a beach, but yeah, kind of a beach where people were laying out, tanning and going for a swim. So they have, you know, locker rooms, places to change. You could rent stand-up paddle boards. You can buy jerseys and stuff like that, you know, gift store. That's the same thing. There's a view of the church and some of the surrounding mountains. Again, that same boat. The little fountain in front of the church here. And a car trying to get in my way. Let's see. There was the police that drove past. This guy doing a very bad U-turn. I don't know why I took a picture of him. And some more of the mountains. So this mountain is, I believe if I was sitting here, it is one of these mountains in the background, I think. Not 100% sure. But like I said, all these pictures are kind of taken from right here, facing this way, you know, in a cone out there. So they're very nice. I wish there was a lot of haze. So I wish there wasn't as much haze out. The anti-haze in Lightroom, in my opinion, just makes the photo worse. So I didn't really do much of that. But you can see up on top here, there's a little, don't know if it's an observatory or what, but there's a little bit of some buildings and stuff. Another mountain face here. There's a little rock cliff on the edge there. You know, it's just behind the boat club there. Some people, like I said, swimming. These are all the photos that comprise that giant panorama that I showed you earlier, so I'm going to go through those a little faster than that. So this was down on the ground in the car on the way there. So this is the Olympic Center right there. The white building on the map. This building here. That was taken from here somewhere up the street, I believe. Probably around the bend, so probably around here somewhere. You can look up High Peaks Chiropractic if you want to see exactly where. There's my coworker at the hotel. Again, nice view. The chairs that I was taking the photos from were like off to the right. And so this is a little bit set back on the other side of the building. This is the view from my balcony in the hotel. Again, it's just mountain ranges. I did not have a view overlooking the lake. I had a view overlooking the mountains in the back, which was fine. Nice shirt. Oh yeah. Audiovisual technician. I solve problems you don't know you have in ways you can't understand. Yeah, he's very he's a very excitable guy, which is fine. And has funny shirts like that. More of the mountains from the hotel. This is again my hotel room, looking to the right a bit more. It's always funny when people are like, North America is a concrete jungle hellscape. There's a good portion that's, I would say the majority is just like this. If not mountainy, woods and stuff. Like, yeah, you got places that are, you know, plains and corn and all that, but there's still, yeah, the vast majority of it is this. And like, I'm not gonna knock anybody who doesn't know, because there's plenty of things that I don't know about other places, but yeah, there are places, like, there are countries overseas that are like smaller than New York. You know what I mean? Like, and then you think about, you could drive from one end of New York to the other. It'll take you 14 hours to drive from one end of New York to the other. And that's one state. You got 50 other states. Like, you know, people don't understand how huge the U.S. is. I mean, you think about driving from out in Long Island here across up and over here to like Buffalo or over to like Fredonia over here, Fredonia, or any of this over here. This is literally 14 hours to go up here. And that's like if you don't hit traffic, you know? And then you think about, like, this is the border of New York right here, and then down here in Long Island. You got the rest of this. And you got mountain ranges. Like, it's huge. There's a lot of space here. Same with Canada. Canada is even bigger. Potentially. I don't know. I haven't done the math, but you know, you think of somewhere like, you know, what's the width of London? You know, it's comfortably on the screen here. And then you come over here. Keeping the screen size the same, which is going to be a little tough for me to navigate, but where, like, you can't fit all of New York horizontally comfortably on the screen. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's big. It's big. There is some map projection, sure. I will agree with that. I think it still has a lot of space on it anyway. But yeah, I guess it depends on what kind of map you're looking at, but there's a significant amount of space, you know, in here that you don't really see. I gotta find Lake Placid again. That's Schenectady, Albany, Lake Pleasant, Lake George. So we're going the right way. It's up here somewhere. Ah, well, I'll find it again if I really need it. I think I'm going too high. Oh no, there's Whiteface. So there we go. There's the Olympic Center again. So yeah, it's pretty big. There's a lot of stuff here. Again, my hotel room. Some of the forest from the hotel room again. A couple of people's houses. They just live in the area. Some people doing some kayaking on the lake. That lake house is off to the right, just for context. They're out there doing some kayaking. They asked what kind of events we'd like to do, like curling and stuff like that. And I said I would love to do some kayaking on the lake, as a little bonus activity. Kayakers. There are people swimming too. I mean, it was hot, so people were swimming and all that. Another one of the mountains, again, it's that one with the stuff on top. I've been finding little tiny dots on my pictures, and I'm not happy about it. There's that boathouse again. You can see there's a swimmer right in here going at it. A couple pictures of them. These are the chairs I was sitting on earlier. I don't remember why I was standing here, but I know I tried to clean it more than once, like both with the clean function and some air. I got one of those little squeezy things there, but it's only some pictures. I can't figure out why. I'm sorry, the sensor. I saw some dust on the sensor. I was trying to get off, not the lens itself. This is the wide-angle lens. You can see just how far away like the boathouse actually is. This is a little bit wider than your natural eye, but this is kind of about what you see if you're standing there. Is it an observatory? I think it is. I don't actually know. So that mountain, let me try and see where exactly that mountain was. I gotta remember. I think that's one of these mountains. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it is. I'd have to do some more research to see. I'd have to try and sit down and pinpoint it. Bring that up again towards the end, and I'll take a look at my panorama and see if I can figure out exactly where it is. There's some more. There's that same boathouse I'm using as a reference there. I find it's very hard for me to judge when I'm in focus through the viewfinder. So I end up taking a lot of pictures trying to get the focus squared away sometimes. There's the same wide angle shot here. This is a view from the back of the hotel again. On some rocks over there, just taking some photos. So the ski lift. So here's a couple. The ski jump, the Olympic jumping. This is a view, a shot from the hotel of the ski jump. I'll go into some more detail on this later. But there's an airplane. There's the zoom lens. There's what it actually looks like. So it's just way out there in the distance. That is this way. The ski jumping complex. Yeah, so that is right here. These two ski jumps. This is the taller one. This is the shorter one. They jump down here. It looks like this is under construction. When I was there, it was done. Oh yeah, there's more stuff here. There's a ski lift. Ski lift that goes up to here. I have some better pictures of that later that we'll discuss, but this is one of my points of reference. So I have a picture from the hotel to the ski jump. If you look, did I not get any pictures of it? I think I did. Hang on. Off behind, a little bit to the left of this, is the bobsled runs. Yeah, I didn't take any pictures here. I'll show you the bobsled runs in a little bit. I have a picture from the bobsled runs to the hotel. Like, I have a bunch of pictures all like looking at where I was. So more of the lake. There's the church. I got a couple of the church. Again, that little thing. Just some more mountains over here. More kayakers. A freestanding ski ramp when it's surrounded by mountains is funny. Yeah, but I mean, that's how you get a controlled jump, I guess, you know? Some more. More church. Alright, I took a lot of the same pictures. There's more of the ski jump. There's the bobsled. So the ski jump is off to the right. And then this is the little bobsled run. You can kind of see, well, I'll have better pictures of it later, but you can kind of see it squiggling around back there. You can see how hazy it is too. This was like in the evening. So this is at the actual center. You can see the bobsled run over here, and you can see the ski jump over here. So that's kind of their relation, how close they are to each other. Yep, there's more of the bobsled run. You see a little bit more detail there, but we'll get to some better pictures. There's a guy riding his bike through town. There's the church from another angle. That was like one of the only landmarks I could see from like almost everywhere. So some sculptures, the hotel, the toboggan chute. So in town, where is in town? Right here. In town, they have a little toboggan chute. And so in the winter, you ride down the toboggan chute and it shoots you across the frozen lake. It's like a little mini chute for you to ride and get some speed so you can go across the lake, which is really cool. I'm kind of not sure why they're not using it as a water slide in the summer, but interesting. So I could see the top of that. There's more of the ski jumps in the town. Out of focus. There's my coworker. Some of the flags out front. You know, it's Olympic site, so all the people who competed. And then here's the view from the lake. Again, this is right here on this rock. I was standing on this rock. So that is the boathouse over there. The church is right here, I believe. Just to help you pinpoint. Get that music going again. A wide angle lens here. And I took some more close-up pictures. Let's see. There were people swimming off to the left, so I was trying not to get them in the shot. That is a view. You can see this hotel over here, whatever this is. That is this. Right across the lake. Some more houses on the lake. There's that same boathouse that I've been taking pictures of. There's the church again. Somebody's boat moored here. And so this is the bobsled. You can see this is part of it here that goes across. They were in the middle of painting it. I guess they are doing a pretty big rehab of the space. So if we zoom out and we find, hang on, I gotta find it here. There's the ski jump. So the bobsled is over here. So this is the top of the bobsled, and it shoots down and around. And then the finish line is here, and you have all this uphill to bleed. They had just made the center, the Bobsled Experience Center, so in the last couple of years. So they were going through and rehabbing all this. They're painting it all, making it, maintaining it. I guess you can do, like, bobsled rides. They weren't open for that during the week. And then what's really cool that I wanted to do and we couldn't do was the coaster. There's a little metal railed coaster, one of those ones where you control the speed, that winds up through the mountain, and all that. So I wanted to do that, but unfortunately they were closed for the weekend, so I was unable to do that. There's also a trail to the top of the mountain somewhere in here. You can see it starts right here and it travels around somewhere, but so doing that at Lake Placid again. And some more of the facility. Not really great pictures of the facility because you're kind of too close to it, but there's one of the old. This section was right here. They have a little like chunk of it, I guess, that was used for something that is just like a display to show you, and it just kind of goes nowhere. And so they have a Chevy bobsled on there suspended. I don't know. I didn't run into Sasquatch or any large cats. I don't doubt they exist. I'm sure they do. But I did not see them, thankfully. How did I get this? Go away. And so this is the coaster, the end of the trail. So you can see it's literally just like 2 rails and you can control the speed. I was really interested in doing it, but unfortunately they were closed. And this is the view from up on top. Sorry, about a quarter of the way up the bobsled. We went about halfway up just because it was all those flies were out pretty bad. So I think this is the hotel that I was staying at, the back side of the hotel. If not, I have a picture of it later, and so this is, like I said, about the quarter of the way up. You can see, like, this was the center. We parked over here somewhere, and this is that. This right there is that little Chevy bobsled I was showing before. So, like I said, a quarter of the way up. Just taking some photos. I did a 360, just snapping some photos. I just haven't stitched them together yet, but this is all the photos from that. There's my coworker. Oh, there's the fucking, where is it? A bug again. They were everywhere. These fucking things were eating us. This is a view of towards the endish of the bobsled. At this point, I believe they would be. Let's see. That was right here, looking this way. So they'd be entering the last little segment right here. So they would be traveling away from us in this picture here. And this is the end. The ending is uphill to bleed all that speed off. So it's just indoors. There's I think it's the same mountain with the little observatory thing on it again, I think. And yeah, look at this. What is this? What is this? All the curves were named. Go a little faster through some of these because they were not great pictures. They had a little like ceremonial area with like, you know, the 3 tiers that you could stand on. It's a better picture. We didn't go over there, but it was still interesting to see with some checkers if you wanted to play. This was the show floor. Again, this is, I believe, the arena where that Olympic hockey game was played. It's way to the west. Yeah, I'll have to sit down and see if I could pinpoint what it is, but this is the show floor. That's again in that Olympic arena where they played the hockey game, I believe. Nothing too crazy. Some of the people I could see from where I was sitting. Could be. And so this is the ski lift, the ski free jump, the base of it. The guy said it was about 25 stories tall. I don't know why I didn't just get out my wider angle lens and just take a big photo of it, but I think I did that later. This is us right underneath it. And so we rode up to the top. That's the bobsled course, but we were again on top of this ski jump tower right here. That is looking towards the bobsled, so it's looking southeast over towards the bobsleds over here. Oh, the view was phenomenal up here. In fact, I might lose my spot in the other thing, but here is a stitched together view from up there. It's a little hard to see, but I mean, I can zoom in pretty far on this. This was looking straight down the jump. Like literally, we were standing right behind the jump. They have this in place so people can jump during the summer. It's like Delrin or something, and they spray water on it so you can slide down it. Over here, this is the Olympic Ski Center, the Olympic Center again. The hotel's right here behind this pole. If we swing over to the right, bobsledding was right over here. I should have ran down it. What are they gonna do? Chase me? They had a fence in between. I didn't take a picture of it. Yeah, this fence right here. Yeah, I think if I stepped on here, I would probably just like not be able to stand. It was so steep. You'd probably roll down and then, I don't know, die or something. But all these pictures I have as individuals too, so we'll look at them. But there's a nice lake, river nearby. There's another one off to the right, or the same one that led into it. Thwarted, yeah. So that was really cool. Did that? No, it didn't ruin it. Good. More of the bobsleds. They had a second jump. So if I come over here, you can see they have these two jumps. This is the second jump, which I apparently took a picture of the fence too while doing it. It looks like it's all packed up, but there were people actually jumping on this. There's one of the rivers there. There's some more of the mountains. And then on top of the whole thing, there's a pole with cell towers on it. And there's a fucking dude doing work on these cell towers. He's up 30 stories, and then on top of that, on this pole on top, doing cell maintenance. Holy shit, the guy has probably has balls of steel. There's some more of the what do you call it? The bobsleds again. Just a Saturday. Yeah, it was just a Wednesday night for him. That's where we were. It was Wednesday night when we were up here. And so here's one of the literally kids. I think this person was like 12 years old, 14 years old. Like the kids going off the ski jump. Crazy. There's the Olympic Center. Again, this is where I took some pictures up on here. This is the hotel. When I took pictures of the ski jump, I was standing right here or right here, taking pictures of the ski jump where I am now. Action Park. Yeah, right. There's a little bit more of the town. The lake is right here, I believe. Right in here somewhere. Which is weird, because like this area feels like it's lower in elevation than the lake, but there's looking down again, down the jump. There's more of the lake, the river. So this is where everybody mostly was. There was a band here. There was bars in here, bar in here. There's food all over the place. People just lounging in the chairs. A little bit of the ski lift. This was nice. It was nice. They were setting up little pretzel bites right here. I don't think I'd recognize many of the people here because a lot of people I just met that day, and I think the people I knew were actually up on the lift with me, so I didn't even bother trying to look too much. But and this is the photos that surmise some of that panorama. Actually, no, that's not. This is a little bit before I took the panorama. All right, this is the start of those panorama photos. I do have a little bit of video of them jumping. However, I didn't upload that to my Google Drive, so they're at work. And then that's the look down the ramp with the wide angle lens. Do they own the in-between area? What do you mean? Oh, between this and the bobsled, you mean? Like between these two? I don't believe so. I think they're just two separate events. Because there's like other people who like live here and some campgrounds, and like this is a golf club and stuff like that. So I don't believe so. I think they own like a chunk of this, and they own a chunk of this and all that. Because funny enough, we went here to the bobsled earlier in the day, and there was a guy cooking food in here. And then when we got to the evening's dinner at the ski jump over here, that was the food they were serving. So they belong to the same, you know, Olympic whatever, but they're different locations. So here's the actual ski jump that I was just on top of with the wider angle lens. Again, the guy said it was like 25 stories up, 26 stories. I think I guessed 25 and he said 26 or something. There's the other ramp that people were jumping off of. There's a little zip line here that you could do. I did not do the zip line. I was tired. I didn't really want to do it. Here's some dudes playing some alpenhorns. That was pretty cool. They were just playing horn music. Again, I have like 4 or 5 seconds of them playing, but it's at work. I don't have it here, unfortunately. I don't think my coworker sent me video of that. Let me see. No, he didn't send me video of that. Yeah. So that was pretty cool. They played up here, again looking down over the facility, and then they played down the ground, which I have photos of later as well. So you can see a little helicopter bug on my lens. No, there are people jumping. I got some video of it, but it's at work. They were just going. What they do is they, I don't know how they do it in skis, but they step out of this little door and they like sit on this bar and get their skis in and then just go. Bug in the lens, yeah. And so they shoot down. It was hard to get some of these shots because there's so many people around. And it's not like an upward launch. Like, this is the end of it. It's still pointing down. But I think part of it is the position that they put their body in with their skis kind of like pointing up and their like body like leaning over is meant to kind of convert some of that speed into lift. I think this is my armchair analysis of how the ski jump works. And so that and the ground below it kind of goes down. You can see how it goes down. So they have some hang time off there. My coworker again. More of that little river going through. Yeah, so here's the area that they had all the food and stuff. I got a nice beer stein. It's in my freezer right now, although I don't really drink beer. And they had actually a fairly short ski lift to get up here. The fucking ski lifts make me nervous as all hell. I've watched too many disaster videos about the ones where the string snaps and people plummet to the ground, or like the motor fails and they just like all flood down to the bottom and like pop into each other. It's like, ugh. Yeah, I put some soda in the beer sign. Yeah, there's again some wide angle shots of the area from the top here. I don't know, it's very, very nice up here. In my opinion, the ski lift, which was short to get up there, gave me more fear of heights than being on top of the jump. On top of the jump, not a problem. It looked beautiful everywhere. But yeah, something about the ski lift I didn't like. And I faced up the mountain going backwards on the way down. That was even worse. I should have faced down. There's the two jumps next to each other there. And there they are on the ground playing again. I fucked up and messed up my video recording. And apparently my focus. This is a manual focus lens here, so. Any sway, not on the, not on these, because they're concrete. They're structurally fine. I mean, it's literally an elevator and through the center and then a staircase winding around it, but it's all concrete, so no, it doesn't move at all. There wasn't much wind, so maybe with heavier wind, but no, I didn't really feel much. Yeah, the focus is not doing anyone any favors here, but there they are playing. This is a different jump. I don't think they quite... this is a smaller jump that they use. Sometimes, one of the workers there said that sometimes when there's a big weight for the ski lift or whatever, she'll just hike up here and just jump instead of going off the big one. More of them. Don't have too many more pictures. There's just some more of the jumps again. This is where, up here, right in this little box, is where I was taking most of those photos. It's kind of fenced in. You could get to this observation deck here, but I didn't bother. I went up here because you could see much more of the area. Oops. There's my coworker. Different coworker. There's the band again from above. Just go through these real quick here. More of the jumps. These guys sticking their heads in my photo. Damn it. And then sunset. Nice little sunset here. There is a picture of a spider in a few pictures, so if you're not liking spiders, there's a warning. I'll let you know when it's gone, but a preemptive warning on that one. Nice, just a nice sunset from the hotel again, facing way like 90 degrees to the left is the ski jumps from the hotel, so I think just about any photo now is going to be the spider. So if you're, yeah, there it is. This guy tried to attack me in my hotel room. Well, he was on the outside, but and so we're back to the start. Those are the first two I started out with. So all right, the spider's gone. If you were waiting for that. And yeah, I don't know. I took some more pictures like inside the actual conference, but I'm not going to share those on stream, I don't think. So, no worries, but hopefully you have a good night. Something to get a view from the other travel brochure. But this is a more personal point of view. Yeah, thank you. I'm glad. I realize I am nowhere near a spectacular photographer. However, I like taking the photos, so it was fun to do. Interesting to look at. Something I could bring back to my boss and say, hey, look, the money you paid for me to go up there didn't go to waste. I took photos of the nature instead of going to the event. No, I went to the all the events I could, pretty much. This was all just downtime photos, but well, thank you. I appreciate you guys that you enjoyed some of them too. So all right, next thing I wanted to do, let me hit some buttons here.